Hello dear traders, you're watching the latest financial calendar from InstaForexs. Let's take a look at macroeconomic releases Thursday and Friday have to offer. The US authorities will publish new data on pending sales for April. The pending home sales index is expected to rise by 1.3% as compared to the previous month and by 9.4% in relation to 2012. It should be reminded that in March, the National Association of Realtors announced a 1.5 month-on-month increase in the number of pending home sales. In February, the index plunged by 1%. In March, on a yearly basis, the index grew by 5.8%. Elsewhere, a new reading of the Consumer Price Index will be unveiled in Japan. The index is seen to fall by 0.7% on an annual basis. A month earlier, the consumer prices in Japan dropped by 0.9%, which was the biggest tumble over the past 2 years. Meanwhile, the index excluding fresh food sagged by 0.5% in March, despite the forecasted minus 0.4%. The consumer prices less food and energy sank by 0.8%. Another significant release due this week is Canada's gross domestic product. The GDP of this country is likely to advance by 0.1% in comparison with February and by 1.5% in relation to March of 2012. The February report topped expectations. Canada's GDP surged 0.3% versus January data and exceeded the predictions by 0.2%. February was the second month of Canada's economic growth. The annual GDP moved up by 1.7% in February. This was the calendar of the latest financial events prepared for you by our InstaForexs team. See you next week. Bye.